9:35呢，各位观众朋友晚安，我是以思，欢迎收看《ITA看世界》，一起看世界。台湾原住民族电视台在去年12月跟纽西兰毛利电视台、加拿大原住民族电视网共同签署了 MOU 合作备忘录，希望藉由分享原住民族广电资源，让世界原住民族共同关切的议题能够在国际平台上共同发声。而接下来这段访谈，很荣幸邀请到世界原住民广电联盟成员，一起来分享彼此对于签署 MOU 合作备忘录的重要意义。
延续上集的节目，今天我们要讨论的题目是微本的重要性，以及签署 MOU 合作备忘录的重要意义。今天与会来宾，首先有纽西兰毛利电视台的执行长 Shane Todima， 以及 APTN 加拿大原住民族电视网的执行长 Jean LaRose。Hi,
happy to be here.
还有 APTN 未来的执行长 Monica Ile。Hello,
thank you for having me.
最后是我们台湾原住民族电视台的执行长嘎造福样，
你好。
而在我身边的是今天和我们一起进行访问的艾莲娜。
Hello, great to be here.
好，那今天讨论一开始呢，我想先请教的是我们的嘎造执行长。那其实微本的成立对于属性相同的原住民族电视台或是频道以及公共的一些广播集团，它有什么重要意义？而且微本已经成立了10年，这几年下来，微本有做到一些实质的帮助吗？
是的，谢谢主持人这样给我一个机会。微本的一个成立，它到现在已经差不多10年的时间了。我记得在2010年的时候，在台湾成立一个微本的一个汇演大会。那时候我也参与过这样的一个筹备跟执行的。那时候我记得是在台东的一个史前馆，国立史前馆在那边举办。我想这个微本的成立，对我们原住民来说，真的是原住民族群频道来说是一个很重要的一个合作的这一个机会了。因为从过去台湾的媒体这样的一个环境里面，族群的一个发声权一直是被大家所忽略的这样的一环。我想透过这样的一个微本的这样的一个成立，我觉得至少我们有这样的一个机会，就是透过这样的一个平台一个平台来去为部落这样发声，提供这样的一个美好的一个文化，还有我们的历史背景这样的一个很多的故事来去做这样的一个呈现呢。你说微本有没有这个实质上的意义？基本上我是认为，在过去这样10年来这样的一个合作，毕竟毛利电视台跟还有 APTN 这边，我们过去都有在影视方面这样的一个影片方面的这样一个交流。我想不管这个中间里面过程是什么样的一个情形，我觉得有接触就是一个很好的一个机会了。我觉得也并不是说都没有这样的一个交流了。我想这个是一个很大的一个意义，我是认为
是。那我想再进一步请教执行长是说，那这几年下来，以你的角度来看，微本在实际的一些运作，以及我们跟其他各国的一些合作交流的状况，它又有碰到怎么样一些困难呢？
所谓的困难，我想每个会员国的这样的一个媒体，因为他们本身的一个结构的一个关系哈，我想比如说包括他们的预算结构，还有一个人员方面的这样的一个组成，甚至于我们跟其他国家这样的一个交流，我想在这段时间里面，可能在这方面有一些可能没办法去很顺利的去执行这样的一个因素了。我觉得在未来的这样的一个合作模式里面，我想今天这样的一个签署这样的一个 MOU， 我想这一个是很好的一个机会，就是说我们可以回想过去这10年来这样的一个合作，到底问题出在哪里？我们从这个部分去突破过去所没有办法去改变，或者说去执行这样的一个问题。我想也能够有机会再一次的见面，或是签署这样的一个 MOU， 大家一起来思考未来的路要怎么去发展，怎么走下去。我想这是一个很好的一个机会。
是，好，谢谢执行长。是。
So we'll start by talking about WITBIN. And we'd like to understand how you see the significance of WITBIN for Indigenous television stations and broadcasters around the world. And over the past 10 years, has Whitbin been helpful, and what kinds of benefits has it brought to your stations? And also, what kinds of challenges and difficulties have you encountered through the network? Maybe, Jean, you could start for us.
I think Whitbin is an incredible opportunity that we haven't fully developed yet. Whitbin offers us the chance to not only share our stories, but also to look at how we can create programming that reflects more than just us. Programming that could reflect the Maori experience or the TI-TV experience and APTN's experience. Certainly, over the past few years, the organization has been fairly dormant because there were changes. As you know, Paragao Talimalau, who worked with TI-TV, passed away very suddenly, very unexpectedly. That was a tragic loss. We lost all of the corporate knowledge to a great extent that the network had built. And that's taken us a couple of years to try to get back on our feet. But I certainly see how we can use that platform to create a whole new range of opportunities for all of us together. There are stories that need to be told. There is a way to show all of our communities not only the similarities, but the differences and where they connect, where they intersect. I heard earlier the Maoris talking about how they are connected to Taiwan indigenous peoples by virtue of the fact that they've exchanged a lot of their stories, have connections. And certainly on the west coast of Canada, we have, there have been connections with the Native Hawaiians. So when we start looking at all the way we are truly connected, I think we need to rebuild those connections, and we need to use them to really get all of the indigenous peoples around the world to sort of form an alliance that really allows us to tell not only our stories, but to show that we are here, we're not going anywhere. And certainly down the road, we have knowledge that the entire world should benefit from, and there's a lot of knowledge with our elders and others that part of the world now is starting to tune in to, and we need to make sure that all of the world knows those stories.
Shane, could you offer us a perspective from Maori TV?
Kia ora. First of all, I just want to mention Paragao because in preparation for my trip here, many of the staff asked me to express their love and sympathy for her, for the sudden and tragic loss. She was a person, obviously, from Taiwan TV, who spent 6 months at Māori television and became part of the whānau, or family. And she is still sorely missed. And Jean, as you mentioned her, I just wanted to raise that first off. So Whitbin has provided a lot of opportunity for Māori television in the years that it has been around, and as Jean has said, in recent times it's been dormant for a range of different reasons. But our focus now is looking towards the future and realising some of the opportunities that lie ahead of us. I think over and above the obvious of content sharing, sharing experiences, staff, etc., it also enables us to show our people, Māori in Aotearoa, New Zealand, and also the indigenous peoples in our respective countries, other perspectives from around the globe. And I think that's a huge opportunity for us. I know our people, Māori, tangata whenua, people of the land, as we like to refer ourselves to, like to understand and to appreciate what our brothers and sisters are doing, where they're at with their struggles, because for all of us, it is about a struggle. We struggled to get to where we are today, and we will continue to be part of the struggle. So it's important for us to understand from a global perspective what is happening, and I think that Whitbin provides us that opportunity. It's just another advantage of Indigenous peoples, brothers and sisters, working together for the common good. And I think across our respective organisations, language, culture, perspective are certainly key focuses that we all share, that we want to elevate and promote, because for too long we've been subjected to mainstream or other media organisations telling our story. This is our time and our opportunity for us to tell our stories in our languages, in our ways. And I think Whitburn provides us with so much opportunity to be able to do that.
Thank you.
是好，那接下来我想再继续请教，就是嘎造执行长。其实威本的会员国一年大概要缴大约1万美金，也就是相当于30万台币。那目前我们所知，威本从原本的16国的会员国，以及到现在已经剩下了6国。那你觉得我们现在有一个共识，说我们各国会员国都还要继续让威本存在吗？那如果要存在的话，我们要如何促进我们国际间的交流呢？
刚刚主持人这样提到，就是说过去我们的威本的会员国是从16国，然后减到6国，其实这也不是说我们大家所希望的一个结果了。我想。这种国际间原住民族群媒体这样的一个交流，本来是一个很重要的一个平台啦。之所以会减到16国这样的一个情形，我想每个会员国的一个他们电视台的一个预算结构了，还有他们的预算的规模可能都不一样啊。或许是这对比较其他的一个国家里面，可能对他们来讲是一个很重的一个负担呐。像过去我们的同仁，像保达告，他也是曾经担任一个执行秘书这样的一个工作啊。我的印象里面，他在那时候是做得非常的称职啊。就是后来好像在这个部分，大家在经营方面是好像有点比较辛苦。后来有一些国家是因为针对这样的一个会费的这样的一个费用，所以大家可能就是没办法去负担，所以就推出这样的一个这个联盟啊。我想这个是也不是我们希望见到的一个结果。不过这次像今年的8、9月澳洲原住民电视台的一个执行长也有来到我们基金会来做访问，他也是表达就是说我们这个威本很希望说让它能够再启动。我想我们是乐观其成啦，这个部分我想有接触有互动。基本上就是一个很好的机会了。当时我们也跟他说，就是答应是说我们会全力的配合这个部分的。至于未来不管是剩下几个会员国，哪怕是6个会员国，我们都很愿意，就是说做影视文化方面的这样的一个交流，哪怕是国际间的一个人权这样的一个大家所瞩目的这样的一个新闻讯息啊，我们都愿意提供这样的一个机会。不过我这里有一个小小的想法，就是说因为刚刚主持人提到就是一个会费的这样的一个问题，我基本上。从这个角度去思考，就是认为说，现在网络的一个传输的平台是越来越发达，所以我是觉得未来在这一块里面，包括这个 OTT over the top 这个 service 这个部分呢，我们强化这个部分，其实可以这样减低大家对这方面这样一个负担。我想说这个在讯息的交流里面会更快速。更让更几个会员跟大家会员国里面可以满足他们的需求了，我是这样子认为，对，
是，所以其实大家目前都还有共识，就是各国都还有一个共识，说是威本其实是可以继续维持的。是，
我是觉得这一次像毛利电视台还有 APTM 这边都愿意来跟我们签署这样一个 MOU， 我想基本上。大家是肯定这样的一个联盟，这样的一个组织，我是觉得这是一个很棒的一个互动的一个机会。 好，谢谢。
那关于这些促进一些交流，那你觉得我们还需要像巴达告这样的执行秘書当做一个联系的窗口吗？
这个部分，因为刚刚我有这样提出这样的一个建议，这样的一个建议，一个 idea，我想可能接下来是不是可不可行，可能要跟几个会员国他们来做讨论。我想说这个应该是会比较积极面的一个作为，我是觉得。
是，谢谢执行长。
是。
So Gatsal was talking about the future of Whitbin, and I'd like to put the same question to you. It seems that there's a consensus that Whitbin should continue, even though in the past few years membership has dropped from 16 to 6 countries, and the annual membership fee every year is $10,000 US. So from your perspectives, what were the ways that member countries could strengthen and revitalize their relationships within the network? Perhaps there are ways Gatsal was suggesting to increase online exchange to make the exchange of content more efficient and smoother. And also, I think it's very important, as you've done, to recognize the importance of Patagao as a really remarkable individual who made a huge impact on Whitbin and all of the stations that she was part of. And so, do you think it's important to have a general secretary role to act as a sort of intermediary or point of connection between stations? Jean, perhaps you could start.
I think if the experience of Patagao is an indication, it certainly helped to have one individual totally dedicated to Whitbin. She was the glue that kept us together for the first few years. She was also the individual who, and that's testament to Patagao. Patagao was an incredible young woman. She had a potential, she had a future. We could all see her one day leading an international network of indigenous broadcasters. She had that presence, she had that vision and that strength. And part of her vision for now was to really help us connect all of us together. I think such a role is important. You need someone who will focus strictly on that, because when we have shared since the responsibility, the individuals we entrusted with that also have a fairly big level of responsibilities with our respective networks. And we found it to be a challenge. And some networks might be able to share one person full time, but you need that continuity. You need the corporate knowledge to follow. And that's what Patagao brought. She, from 2010 on, she was really the holder of anything Whitbin knowledge. She carried it forward. So in my view, I think it's important to do that. And it's important to see for ourselves as leaders of the network to really set forward a vision for where we want to be in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. Because without that, we'll just be bumping around in the dark. We'll be bumping the walls. What we need is to really focus on where we want to be and then strive to reach that goal. And I personally believe it's important to have a leader that will keep corralling us sometimes because we get sidetracked by our own issues. We need someone who can keep us focused and going in that direction.
Thank you. Monica?
No, I totally agree, because I worked with Patagao on many initiatives. One was called Our Songs. I don't know if you remember, that was wonderful, the way we exchanged, we all did video clips. And then we exchanged them and we created a series out of it. And it was really Patagao that was leading that. And if it wasn't for her, I don't think we would have been able to do that project. And also I think Whitbin is still more apropos now than ever before. The fact that the audience is shifting, you don't have just a regional audience, right? You have to think global audience. And this is what Whitbin is giving us, is this possibility of seeing through the lens of a global audience. And I think that's just going to make what we do even stronger, and we have to be very innovative in the way we're going to create that content. And one way of delivering that content more easily would definitely be through online initiatives, like he was mentioning. And I think that's the way we have to see, and that's the future of Whitbin.
Shane, how do you see things?
No, I agree with what's been said. I think that, as Monica alluded to, we're no longer competing with the network up the road. We're now competing with multi-billion-dollar global giants, right? It's the Facebook, it's the Netflix, it's the YouTube. And understanding that that is a challenge for all of us. as well as the rapidly changing ways in which our audiences are now consuming content. Better technology, faster internet is driving very new and different ways of content consumption. So as broadcasters, as content providers, producers, we need to be aware of that, recognise that, and it means that we've got to be doing things in different ways. It means we have to be innovative, as what has been said. And what that requires us to do is to seek opportunities in which we can collaborate and partner with others. Whitburn is one of many partnerships that we need to be engaged with. A very important one, though, I have to say, because it is an opportunity for us to come together, and I'm really heartened with the fact that discussions have taken place over the last couple of months. Positive, constructive discussions about how it may be resuscitated, if I can put it like that. And we're really excited about that prospect because we see so much opportunity being part of Whitburn and what that means for us. It does mean we have to take a different approach, be more innovative about the different types of strategic partnerships and forms of collaboration that we need to enter in. But that's an exciting opportunity. So rather than just looking at all of these as being huge challenges, right, they also present amazing opportunities. Where I think fundamentally what is most important, our audiences, our people are going to be much better off as a result.
Thank you.
好，那其实除了微本之外，近期我们也跟纽西兰毛利电视台续约 NOU， 然后也跟 APTN 新签约了 NOU。那其实 NOU 的内容其实包括了一些新闻交换、节目交换，或者是联合制作节目，还有一些人员的交流。不过在未来我们会面临到的一个问题是说，我们如何去落实这些交流以及合作？那执行长就你来看，我们未来是要如何落实这些人员和资源的一些配置呢？
我一直认为，我们是属于台湾的一个族群媒体，应该是要走出去啊。其实我是本身也是从记者出身的一个媒体工作者，我一直认为说，这种国际间的这样的一个交流，让我们的那个原住民这样的一个能见度，尤其是媒体这个部分能见度提升一直是我最期望的一个目标了。至于未来要如何落实，我想是接下来我们这几个会员国的CEO 里面一起来讨论的一个工作重点就是有关这种共同在节目里面共同制作，或者说我们的记者派过去做那边的一个实地的做一个专题或者采访这个部分，可能在这个部分应该要多加以琢磨。我想这一块，我想因为族群媒体像我们的原住民电视台也是算是我们国家的一个对国外的一个窗口了，所以我想这是一个很重要的一个平台。我相信这个部分应该是我们基金会未来要积极去推动的一个业务之一了。
是。那未来有一些各国的会员国的交流，现在有一些具体的一些规划了吗？
目前像平常像过去这一段时间，像毛利电视台，还有澳洲原住民电视台，还有 APTN 这边加拿大这边也都做这些影片方面的交流。倒是在节目共同制作这一块是还没有比较更深化更具体的这样的一个合作的方式。我想这个可以拿来提出来，做一个大家怎么去推动的一个方案。
是，那其实我们在2015年的时候已经先跟纽西兰毛利电视台已经签约过 NOU 了。那在近期的这个续约，它的内容有没有一些改变，或者是一些更详细的解释呢？
我想它这一次的 MOU 里面的重点是在这种节目这样的一个共同制作，还有这种影视这样的一个文化方面的这样的一个交流，我想比过去会有比较更具体，而是希望是说我们在人员方面的我们的人员方面这样的一个交流互动，能够更具体、更加强，这个方面是有比较具体了。对，
是好，谢谢执行长。
So we'll shift now from talking about Whitbin to talking about the MOU. And I'll put the first question to Monica and Jean. So because Whitbin already exists, could you explain to us a little bit about why to sign this additional MOU with TITV? And when you think about after signing the MOU, how to allocate resources, what's the plan in place, or what's the approach for allocating particularly people and budget to really implement the kinds of exchanges that the MOU outlines?
Did you want to start?
Well, we're married, right? It's a commitment. By signing a paper like that, it just shows to what extent we're committed to work together to do something concrete and something quickly. And I think it's important by doing that, we're saying that, okay, we will definitely put the resources we need to put aside to be able to do those different initiatives. So I think the conversations need to be, okay, what do we want? What can we do together that respects both our mission, our mandate? What type of programming would it be? Are we talking about a co-production, or are we going to do each something on our side and then find ways of putting it together? I mean, there's different ways of looking at doing things, and like I mentioned before, we'll have to be very creative and innovative, because I don't think we have millions of dollars each to put on it, unfortunately, right? But you could do lots with small resources. It's just figuring out the way how we're going to allocate this more resourcefully and efficiently. And I also like the idea of exchanging staff, getting people to come to APTN, people from APTN to come to TITV and spend some time, because we could learn so much. Because we don't have those millions of dollars, we're figuring out ways of doing things that are different and that are working. So let's help each other out and bring all those knowledges together, and how it's going to benefit both organizations.
Jean?
I think another way to look at it too is a bit to this point you were making, Shane. When you look at where the audience is, we're always chasing them right now. And having an exchange program such as we have through the MOU, I think sort of forces us to look at how do we follow our audiences, but together, which means that it may not be just a report or a news exchange. I think I view it more broadly. It could be, someone here who is looking at the online component of TITV, coming to work with us to see how we are trying to reach our audiences, where they are, but also look at the fact that there are ways such as an OTT, an over-the-top service. We've launched ours now for 3 months, and we're starting to generate some interest into it. We're also starting to generate some partnerships with some of the other broadcasters to put some of that programming on Lumi. So maybe what it means is that as we work together, we realize maybe the focus is for us to work together to reach them in a way where they are, and reach them in a way where we're all together. So people who are coming to Lumi, they can follow a Maori story, they can follow a TV story, they can follow a story from the Samis or anyone else, the Aborigines in Australia. Give them somewhere where we become a world focus for Indigenous stories. If we're all fragmented, we reach a certain audience, but again, we're fragmented probably to where we come from. Whereas if we all put our stories together, we have a chance of reaching a much greater audience. And that's part of the challenge, I think, that we have to put to ourselves is how can we work together and agree to sort of share whatever resources we have to reach that common goal of reaching as many people as we can around the world.
And so building on that, Maori TV and TITV first signed an MOU in 2015. So could you share with us some of the collaborations or exchanges that have come out of that MOU? And then help us understand how the current MOU that you signed today is different from the first MOU that you signed.
Well, first of all, I just want to thank TITV for today's wonderful signing ceremony. It was absolutely wonderful. And it was also special for us to have a New Zealand Aotearoa delegation here to be part of that. And to also be part of APTN's ceremony too. It was a very, very special occasion, and so thank you for that. You're right, we had an MOU in place, and I mentioned Patagao earlier, and while her work through Whitbin led to her coming to Māori television, the MOU also played a role in that exchange. where she actually helped produce some of our international content that we broadcast. And I think that I would look at that as one very good example of where we've been able to share resource, talent and skill. And what today's MOU provides us is actually a challenge, I think, to do more with one another. Given that when the original MOU was signed, so much has happened since then for Māori television, for TITV, for the industry, right? So it's important, I think, that we renew our vows as regularly as we can, and we should, because it means that we are now focused on identifying some things that we're going to make work, some successes. I had the opportunity to have lunch with the CEO and the team a few days ago, and in our discussions we were very clear and adamant. We want to see some tangible results from this MOU so that it doesn't just become a signed document that is left on the shelf to gather dust, but actually it's meaningful. And so I'm looking forward to working with the CEO and with the team over the next few months to identify what are some of those things that we want to do, some initiatives. I'm really excited, like Monica, around the staff exchange because it's such an opportunity. For a relatively low-cost airfare, there is so much experience to be gained in a staff exchange cooperation. That, as well as picking up on Jean's point around providing our content to our audiences. They want to be able to access content in an easy way. And at the moment, it could be perceived as a very fragmented sort of way in which they access Indigenous content. Content that is made by Indigenous peoples for Indigenous peoples. So I think that with the resuscitation of Whitburn, that is certainly a discussion that I'm sure we'll be having about how we can make it easier for our audiences to access and engage in content, as well as help produce content. Let's face it, so many of our people now are producing content every day by using their devices. And so let's find an opportunity that we can enable and empower them to access content, make content, and then share that content.
Thank you.
好，那在最后的时间里面呢，我想请教各位是，今天我们都已经签署了 MOU， 那各位对于未来国际间的原住民族的交流有什么样一个期待呢？可不可以请执行长为我们简短说明？
是。我想这次我们签订了这样的一个 MOU， 这样的一个合作协定，基本上我们是乐观其成，而且抱持肯定的这样的一个态度。接下来最重要的还是各个会员国这样的一个有没有这个积极的态度来去做这样的一个合作。我是认为在影视文化方面的交流，这是未来一个比较更需要更具体的一个作为了。身为一个台湾的一个族群媒体的一个平台，过去我们一直在传承文化跟语言，还有落实一个传播权这样的一个努力啊。我想，过去我去过纽西兰看过毛利电视台，他们有一个在一个族语频道是100%的这样用族语播出的一个节目，是非常令我感动啊。所以我想未来，当然我们在族语的推动里面，也是我们未来一个比较积极的一个要推的一个方案，就是制作族语的节目啦，就是所有的一个新闻族语的这样一个露出目前我们是达到50%，我想这个未来还是很多地方要努力。我是对未来这样的一个合作是乐观其成。谢谢，
谢谢执行长。
For our final question, and I'll ask you to answer in just a minute. Could you share with us your expectations for the MOU and your hopes for the kinds of content or exchanges that you would like to see come out of this? Shane, could you start?
I think I alluded to the conversations that we've had with TITV, and I'm very much looking forward to, over the next few months, identifying what are some of those opportunities that can be realised as part of the MOU. I'm also very much looking forward to the next step with Whitbin and the ensuing conversations that will be had there. So, picking up the point that Monica made earlier, we all have limited resource and funding, but we need to always be looking at how we can use that resource and funding that we do have in the best way that is going to serve the purposes of our audience and their needs, right? So that's going to be a key part of that discussion as well. But I'm really excited, as I said earlier, about the opportunities that lie ahead. And look, let's be creative, let's be inventive, let's think outside the box about how we can actually work together for the better good of all our organisations and for Indigenous peoples around the world.
Thank you. Jean?
I think that will be the challenge for Monica, is how do we create those relationships to really move us forward and make a difference in the scheme of things. As Shane has mentioned, the challenge that we face are all the same pretty well. All of us, we're all facing the same challenges. But how do we look at them in a different way to get to better results? We've tended to look at it right now as broadcasters, and broadcasters now is a term that's totally evolved. It's not the same. So, it'll be up to each of the CEOs to really sit down and look at, where are the network's plans, the entity's plans, but where is the greater plan? Where is the future? Where will our audience be? Where will our peoples be in 5 years and 10 years? And how do we shape ourselves to not only be there, but to be there as a group, not as individuals? I think that's where the difference will be.
And Monica, as you look ahead to the future with the MOU and Whitbin, how do you see things?
Well, like Shane was saying earlier, when there's a will, there's a way. And I think we have to think about that and have that mindset when we start those conversations. So it's been a few months that we've been meeting on the phone, and it's very positive, and people are very passionate, enthusiastic about doing it. So let's keep that vibe and move forward with it. And just keep in mind that it's not going to be easy because we're all over the place. However, just have to focus that we need to do this. This needs to be done. It's important for us, for our people, for our kids, right? I'm always thinking for the futures to come, and we have to think about them, that we need to create this bonding now. And so we slept for a while, got more energy, so let's just move on and drive with that.
谢谢各位来宾今天精彩的分享。
Thank you for joining us today and sharing your perspectives.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
那其实参加微本和签署 MOU， 无疑都是为国际间的原住民电视台或是族群频道提供节目交流、人员交流，还有联合制作节目，也提供我们互相学习成长机会。而且包括呢毛利电视台这次的续签，也更加稳固我们的合作关系。也希望将来我们能真正的落实合作备忘录的内容，增进合作和交流，让世界上更多人可以看见原住民族媒体。观众朋友，我们先休息一下，喝口水，待会再见。